All right, guys, first practice in the books. Welcome back to the channel. First of all, sorry. I'm gonna redo this edit. Fuck it. Welcome back, guys. Day 2. Warm up, qualifying. Heat 1, Heat 2.
Everybody knows my Earnhardt glasses.
Mark Martin is wearing Earnhardt glasses and driving like Dale Waltrip.
No, I drove pretty good this time.
This morning you did pretty good.
I did.
You did way better than yesterday.
It's gonna come to me.
I hope so.
Tomorrow in the final.
He's in Charlotte tires.
Oh yeah.
He's worse than me.
I should have bought you tires. Right?
You're so cheap.
Nothing you did. You?
Nope.
Okay. Point. Proven.
All right. We went out first practice. I had the camera on. Did pretty well. The field's so tight.
I forgot my camera.
So tight. You can blanket the whole top of the field.
Everybody's gonna forget about me because I forgot my damn GoPro.
Yeah, exactly. Miguel doesn't want a GoPro.
I don't want to lose it. It'll be my third GoPro I've ever bought.
So Miguel,
third.
Miguel, what is it? You're about this morning. He's probably about a second off the pace.
That's not bad.
No, for Miguel, it's not bad at all.
Saving fuel. It's a strategy. I'm waiting for the stage wins.
So these guys are doing well. When they wake up, they'll do well. They keep learning the track. They keep getting faster every time they go out. Super happy. Kelvin's out there on the MGM. He just needs to fix his whole driving. But it is his first time on the chassis, and he decides to come out to a track he's never been to. So kudos to him. A couple changes to Bryce's kart. Fix their driving. Fix my driving. Get Miguel up to speed. Chris needs to send it harder. Matt just showed up and is doing his first practice session. So it's all big send right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you guys on track. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. All right, guys. Sorry there hasn't been much videoing today. It's just been hectic. Every race weekend is hectic. So, it's just been a lot. Like, trying to get the cart ready and stuff. It's just been a lot. So we'll see. Matt didn't do so well. I don't know what happened. Flat tire. So Matt didn't do well. Flat tire. This just stuff happens. So we got Bryce's seat remounted. We have Mikey's head up his butt. Chris top 10, 10th, and then Miguel's out there right now. He threw on some new rubber. Let's see what new rubber does to him. And then my Masters is a little bit later. I literally changed the whole cart up and went back to the setup I had last night, which was when I ran the fastest lap times of the night for myself. So I just need to stop touching the chassis. So I really need someone to come out here and just tell me to just leave it alone. Let's go qualifying. Top 10, that's the goal, baby. So here we are into qualifying. My throttle cable broke in the second practice right before qualifying. We had to replace it sooner or later. Braking was the key. And then once we put it on, I thought I had wide open throttle, but I did not. So that's on me. There's a simple things you need to check from time to time. I pulled the cable. The cable looked tight. But when I was out there, I was like, man, this is just feeling off. Sluggish. Cart was handling great, so chassis was fine. The setup I ended up going with was a mixture of jacks and Grands. So the Grands front end and jacks rear end. So that was the setup I decided to go with. Cart felt really well with the new tires, just a little snug in the rear. So it wasn't holding me back or anything. It was just that throttle. When I came off the track and we went back to pits, I put full throttle and then I tugged on the cable in my quick connect, and sure enough, there was a good quarter left in it. So, because I didn't even know what the rev limiter was on this qualifying lap, but the cart was doing so well. A P8 overall in the end, cart was handling well. It's just a little snug, and snug to me is not fast. So, we end up going for the first heat race to complete Jacksonville setup. So, yeah, you're gonna hear me jacks, grands, all video basically. That's the two setups I was using for. I just noticed that the jacks kept the cart really, really free. And then for the grands, it was more like predictable. It was like a nice like a setup that was more predictable in the turns. The jack setup was an extremely loose, free setup I have. If you push it too hard, the rear end would snap on you. And then the Grands is a more predictable. Like in the tighter sections, it felt way better. It's just those high speed sections, those high rolling turns, which that's what basically Jack's is. It just felt a little too snug for me. So I was just debating on which one to go. But I kept actually catching up to a guy in front of me, the 9X, and I was trying to get like a toe here this last lap. I really did not think I threw down a really good lap. This is the first time that I throw on new tires and go slower than what I've been doing. But in part, a lot of it had to do with the throttle cable. Cart was just there. Just the mechanic decided, I need to fire that guy. That's the thing. There's just so much happening. I'm trying to video. I'm trying to record. That's just excuses. I just didn't do a good job. I screwed myself. The goal was still top 10 for qualifying. P8. Really happy with that run. On to the heat races. I'm a much better heat racer than qualifier anyway. All right, guys. Qualifying in the books did not do so well. I mean, we're top 10, but there's P. We're 8 where I'm at, and then the leaders, which are gone. Joey Miller, crazy fast, good lap. The final practice, my throttle cable broke. The one I've been riding around, I know I need to fix it. We fixed it before qualifying. I put the cart back together and I made a mistake. Throttle cable, you should always check.
What'd you say? You made a mistake?
Well, you've been running way. Okay, so Chris has been running on the wrong gear. He's trying to pull like a light gear. So we're changing his gearing. He did really well. Qualified P10, finished P7. Now I have full throttle now, so I should be much faster. Let's hope so. Because I did a lot of changes. I just need to leave it alone. But I just can't stop. So when I said I did a lot of changes, I just put the Jacksonville setup in. That was basically it. The Jack setup got a really good start. Right off the bat, when I hit the throttle, I was like, yeah, I got power again. So I was super happy about that. And then here it was just like trying to buy my time. We didn't want to get too hectic. It was just basically, seeing who makes a move and who tries to make a move. Right there, I was able to get underneath Ron and then basically just send it in to the inside. And once you get position here, after that, it's extremely hard to pass. The track is not easy to pass. To make moves, you really got to throw it into positions that you really don't want to put the cart in. So when I saw that we got single file line, my whole goal is I'm going to sit. I'm just going to sit this whole race, basically, see what happens, see where people try to make mistakes and make passes. I was not going to try and make any moves at the beginning of the race. I was just going to see where people would get impatient, try to make a move, and then capitalize on that. And that's basically what happened at the beginning of the race. We were just, just being relaxed, cool, calm. You see Dan here go in early on the inside, and like I said, this is a hard place to pass. He made a mistake, and I capitalized. It's just that's how hard it is to pass here at Jack. So once we got going forward, it was a little bit easier. I noticed James making a couple moves in some spots I didn't think about that was possible. So I kept that little note in the back of my head. And then we had a really good run. I'm going to talk about the next heat race since I didn't record. I went back to a grand setup. I didn't touch the gear. That was the setup I was fastest at night. I just noticed that they were pulling away at the top end a little bit, but I was okay with that because on the infield I was much faster and I really wasn't losing that much. So next heat race, I did really well, finished P2. This heat race was going really well as well. Just buying my time. Nobody was making moves. It was actually a really smart racing up front with us. You'll see I'll start trying to push the issue here and there. And then in the next race, James Insco was on a mission. He wanted to make moves and passes, and I was following him through. So whenever he would make a move, I just push him through the infield. And that's what you have to do sometimes. One person makes a move, you find his back bumper, you stick to it. I know a lot of people, they can't differentiate, how much faster you are than the person in front. But if you are basically around the same speed, battling them is the dumbest thing you can do. I say this every video, and it's like right when I say it, people just mute it. So it's here on this double left. James goes inside and makes a nice clean move on Kevin. And that, to me, I kept that little, I thought about that. I was like, dang, I didn't think that was going to happen, but kept it. I tried to get around Kevin, and I didn't want to force the issue, so I slid right back. I thought about sending it in on the inside, but really, I did not see the advantage to it. Here, I'm just riding around, like not even pushing the cart, not even trying hard at all. So I'm just buying my time and see where I can make moves. Kevin had a little bit more top end. Here we go on the double left. I see Dan send it in, and just a little bit impatient, hooks Kevin's bumper, and I go running off wide. At this point in time, I'm just pissed. I'm just pissed because we could have been just patient. I understand the meaning behind it. You get impatient. You think you're faster than the person in front. You can be faster than the person in front. But really, we're not going to go anywhere. Like, I'm just sitting there not really trying hard to push. Now we have to push, which burns up tires, burns up equipment. So in the future, for people seeing this, 2 carts, 3 carts are better than 1. Just sit behind, buy your time. Now here I'm going to have to use Dan to get back up to the front. So I'm just going to, my whole goal is just to push him as far as I can forward. And then maybe with a lap to go, 2 laps to go, try to get around him. So I'm just trying to go forward as far as I can. I see Ron 492 battling it out. Ron makes a move, and then they just get into it. I don't know what happened there. It's just hard racing. That's all it is. And I see Kevin up front. So once I see that and Kevin up front, I'm trying to think, okay, we're almost back to the same position that we were at. So now it's time to see if I can get around Dan and then run Kevin back down. I didn't think about if maybe we could work together. I just knew I was just maybe a tick faster on the slower section. So I'd shove my nose on the inside, think I can make the move. I wasn't there yet. Maybe if I would have helped him and pushed him, we could have made it up there further. But at this point in time, I was just trying to get around him. Sometimes I lose my head when I'm racing myself. But up to this point, I knew Kevin was just the next person in line to get to the position that we were at. So with 2 to go, now it's just go time. I knew we didn't have that many laps to begin with, so it's just to get around him now. With 2 to go, usually all racing goes out the window, working together. But up to that point, you want to use the person in front. I get a really good run. I make sure I stay up real close to his draft, put my nose out, make sure I get alongside of him. And then from here, I get up on the inside. I'm able to take the position. I see Kevin. He's struggling a little bit. Maybe his car's getting a little too tight. So I start pushing a little harder. Maybe I can get up to that extra position. I don't know what position I'm at right now. All I know is I'm trying to get forward because it's by a point system. So good recovery run on this one. The next heat, sorry I didn't record. It was a really good race. Moved up, picked up a ton of positions. Insco and I worked really well. That was a perfect example of working together with an individual. And not just that, Jeff hooked up to our back bumper as well, and all 3 of us with dang pinks, and we went forward and we were moving. So that 4-cart train ran down the 2-cart lead pack train pretty dang quick because they pulled out a good 10 to 15 cart lengths while we were battling it out. And then once we lined up and got going again, us 4 ran them down like a bad habit in 3 laps. So I say it every race, every session. Sometimes pick a good dancing partner and stay with them. Good recovery run back up to P8. There's definitely more in it, but on to the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you guys on track soon enough.